What is going on? It is Saturday, June 11th, 2022. And today we're going to be doing a recap of the Steelers minicamp, days 1, 2, and 3. Thanks to Behind the Steel Curtain, I want to shout them out real quick just to start this off. They provided all the recap and all the details in regards to the Steelers minicamp. So we'll definitely be using their articles to kind of go through everything that's went down. And in between all of that, I'll give you guys my thoughts on each day. Before we get into that, obviously, I want to see what everybody in chat's doing. We got my boy Steel Candy says, been a while. What's up, brother? We got Danielle in the building. She says, what's up, Kold Steel Black? And then we have Austin who says, what's going on, Kold Steel? What is going on with you guys? That's what I want to know. What have you guys been up to, man? What have you guys been up to? What has this offseason been like for Steelers Nation? I've been keeping busy. Man. I've been wrapping my head around everything that's been going down. I'm excited for the season. The podcast seems to be doing fairly well to start out. And we're covering many different topics over there. So if you haven't seen episode 1, 2, and 3, definitely consider doing so. Austin says, just at work. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. I've been doing a lot of design work when I'm not doing this. So it's been kind of hectic, man. It's been kind of hectic, but, you know, next month I go on vacation. Me and the family's going to go out. We're going to do some camping, get outdoors, you know. Jack, what's going on? He says, what's your thoughts on the Penguins? Oh, boy. Oh, I wish I was live for that. I wish I was. You have no idea. I don't know if that answers your question, but I'll just say this. A little disappointed and a little upset about how that series went, but you know what? After the anger settled, man, and the Penguins were going home, and I had a day or two to think about it, I said, you know what? Penguins fans, we're spoiled, man. We are a little spoiled. I ain't gonna lie to you. We've seen them win, you know, Stanleys. So it is what it is, I guess. But I was very upset for that last loss, man. You have no clue. Austin says, I love Ben, but I'm really excited about this season at the quarterback position. Right? By the way, I hope the mic sounds good. I've been having issues with it these last few days, but hopefully everything sounds good now. The Fiend, it's your birthday, bro. I think the Fiend just said it's his birthday. Nice. Hey, happy birthday. If it is your birthday, man, happy birthday. Daniel says, Jack, they did have a good season. I mean, they had a great season. The Penguins did. But, you know, us spoiled fans sometimes, we want to see them get another one, especially with Malkin and Crosby on the way out. Well, I don't think Crosby's on the way out, but Malkin, I don't know if they're bringing him back. I really don't. I can't see everybody's chat comments because of this. There we go. Oh, we're good. All right, yeah, Fiend said it is his birthday. Steel Black says, I love how people count us out. Can't wait to quiet them up. I love that fucking energy, man. I really do. I love that energy. That's how I come into every season, man. Last year was just weird for me. I ain't going to lie to you guys, man. I was extremely negative throughout the entire 2021 season. Not going to lie to you. I think it was a combination of so much, you know, my personal life. And then in addition to that, everyone on this channel knows that I didn't care for Ben too much as far as a leader. Obviously, I loved Ben as a player over the years. No shit, right? But towards the end, I was just ready for change. I really was. And I've watched football so long now that 9 times out of 10, and I say that because it's not always perfect. Like, you can't always guess these things, but I had a pretty good hunch that this team was not going to be competitive in a serious manner. I'm surprised they even made the playoffs, man. if I'm being honest. But if you go back to the channel, I don't know if all the videos are still up, but if they're still up and you go back, you'll see the energy that I'm giving you right now for this upcoming season was the same energy I had last year. I don't want to be negative, man. I want to be like 2020 where every game is exciting as hell and you don't know what to expect, but most of the time you know that the team's going to be competitive. And we got a lot of change. It ain't just Kenny Pickett. It's not just Trubisky. We got new receivers. We got some new offensive linemen. We got some new defensive players. We got Miles Jack. You know, Bush is coming back. I'm excited to see if he bounces back. Claypool on the offensive side. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. And I know some people on the outside, like non-Steelers fans, don't get it. Like a lot of these jackasses, man, they truly think the Steelers are going to have a terrible season just because Ben retired. And it's like, holy shit, did you miss Ben Roethlisberger in 2021 and they still somehow made the playoffs? Which I myself I didn't see that happening. But man, there they were. They were in the playoffs. And here we are once again. And honestly, now that I think about it, seems like every offseason people write us off for some bizarre reason. Steel Black says, make us contract. Yeah, I know. I don't think there's been any news on that. I don't know if the Steelers are going to, I imagine they will closer to training camp, maybe. Maybe. The Fiend says, thanks, Steel Black. Yeah, once again, for those who maybe just trickling in, our boy, The Fiend, today is his birthday. Which is what, June 11th, man. Dallas says, to be honest, small hands quarterbacks fumble a lot in the NFL, not jumping on the train yet. Hey, everybody has their certain thing that, you know, may keep them from jumping on that train, as you just said. And I can understand that. You know, that there is some truth to that. We don't know how Kenny Pickett's going to pan out. You guys can probably see this in the back here. The camera's probably, no, it actually shows up. I'm on the train. I'm on the Kenny Pickett train, man. I'm already starting to fill up the house with a lot of Kenny Pickett stuff. So there you go. There you go, man. That is the Kenny Pickett terrible towel. Not official, of course. I got this while I was in Pittsburgh. I think you can find them on eBay, but don't take my word on that. I don't know. Last time I checked, they were up there. Leedy's in the building. What is going on, man? Jacob, he says, I'm going to go to the Steelers training camp this summer. That's a great way to transition into that. Before we get into the minicamp recap, which, by the way, shout out to Behind the Steel Curtain. We'll be using their articles. By the way, guys, if I look red, I don't know what. I was out in the sun today, so I look super red in the face, man. I was out in the sun all day. So I might have some sunburn. I don't know what's going on there, but I kind of look like a lobster on the screen right now. No, but yeah, man, the training camp is coming up. Let me pull that up real quick. Let's get into that. I want to talk training camp. We'll do the recap, but I want to talk training camp because here is the official dates. Training camp starts Wednesday, July 27th at 1:55 p.m. And it runs all the way up to August 18th. There is the dates below indicating practices that will be open to the public. These are the dates that you can attend. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I do have 2 dates picked out. Originally, I was trying to schedule something that would work with the Twins because I like to do, like when we do traveling, I like to go with the Twins, man. But not sure what their schedule's looking like right now. They got a lot of stuff going on. So right now, I'm looking at August 5th, which is the Friday Night Lights, and Saturday, August 6th. I think that's when I'm going to be at Latrobe. So if you guys are going to be on Latrobe, let me know in the chat here, man, because I'd like to meet up with some people and see some of the faces. See some of the faces that we have here in chat. Here we go. Show's in the building. Says, what's up? Senior Steel, just wanted to say what's up before I head into work. Go get that money, bro. Go get that money. By the way, guys, subscribe to Here We Go Show, man. Good friend of the channel. Great friend of the channel. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing some content in the near future. For sure. Dallas says, in Trubisky, we trust. I see Dallas is, he's on the Trubisky train. Which prior to us picking Jesus Christ, Kenny Pickett, I was on the Trubisky train myself, so definitely don't fault you there, man. But once we got Kenny Pickett, I mean, honestly, it just happened for me. I don't know why. It just happened. It really did. Chad, what is going on, bro? How are you doing on this beautiful Saturday? Well, I assume it's beautiful. It's beautiful here in Pennsylvania. Especially pretty much up until lunchtime, it was nice out. And then 1 o'clock came and as you guys could see, let me pull the screen back up. I am red, which is weird because I normally tan. So it's actually hot in here now. Yeah, I got a little red, man. Shit. Damn it. Oh, man. One of the downsides of being a white guy, man. You turn red. You get red like a lobster. But, man, I'm enjoying summer. I got so sick of the cold. It just got old, you know? It just got old. Yeah, Fiend, take it easy, man. Fiend's out of the building. Enjoy your birthday, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Edmonds, that safety battle. I still think Edmonds will win, but I still think Edmonds wins that. I mean, come on. He has the experience. He's already been a starter on the team for how long now? He's pretty solid at tackling, man. Listen, I don't know if I would put him in, the first round caliber. I don't know if caliber player. I don't know if I put him there after all this time, but he is solid at tackling. He just doesn't do a great job at ball hawking skills. Like, he doesn't get the ball. Not a lot of picks. Dallas says, how funny would it be if Mason started week 1? That would be... I don't know. Because, I mean, I've been on record defending Mason Rudolph in the past, so I can't really trash the guy. I'm one of the few people that actually defended Mason Rudolph. But I do think, even though I'm fanboying for Pickett right now, I do think Trubisky is going to end up being the week 1 starter. So, yeah. If you're a Kenny Pickett fan like me, you're going to have to wait. But I do think we see Kenny Pickett at some point in the season. I truly do. I'll tell you what, though. If Trubisky ends up not only winning the starting quarterback position, what if Trubisky comes out and actually kills it? Then the Steelers really got some drama. Because now you got this guy, Kenny Pickett. He's already heading into his mid-20s. I don't know, man. I guess on the bright side, you got trade capital. But boy, that would be interesting. But that's what makes this season amazing, man. This offseason. Still Black says Pickens is going to be scary, Terry. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Pickens does on the field, man. Pickett to Pickens, it makes sense. It makes sense. It really does. But yeah, once again, as far as training camp, guys, I'm really thinking August 5th and August 6th. I was originally going to try to do, I think it was August 11th, to kind of go with the Seahawks preseason game, kind of bunch that into the same time frame. But I also want to go live doing the watch parties. So that's the thing. It's like, on one hand, I want to go to a preseason game, but at the same time, you're not going to see the starters, at least not in a full game capacity. It's not going to be the same thing. And honestly, those 3 preseason games would be a good way to kind of be prepared for the actual season as far as doing the watch parties, which I cannot freaking wait. That is the one thing that we have done on this channel that has succeeded, and it's always been a great time. The live reactions, seeing you guys reacting in chat. Oh, man, I can't wait. I really can't. By the way, Jack, I don't want to jump too far ahead because one of the biggest issues I've had over the years, and anyone who's been subscribed long time, they'll tell you, I changed things up a little too much around here. But, man, I ain't going to lie to you, man. I really do want to cover the Penguins in some capacity at some point down the road. Maybe I make another channel for that again. I don't know. But I really do. Danielle says I get red easily. I normally don't, but I was very pale this. Because last summer, I really didn't get out as much as I wanted to. But I was outside all day today. We went and took the kids to a farm so they can see some animals or whatever. And we went out to eat. Did all kind of stuff, man. Grocery shopping, you know, the typical. But here I am sitting here. I didn't even realize until I sat here in front of my computer and I'm like, holy shit, I am red. I thought maybe it was the camera, but it's not. I'm just red. I'm red as hell. Jacob says, do you know how much is Steelers training camp tickets? I do believe they're free. But you have to go through Ticketmaster to get them. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that they're free. And if they're not free, they're probably dirt cheap. So, yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to be going to the August 5th, which is the Friday Night Lights. I've never done that. In fact, I've actually, believe it or not, guys, I've never done training camp. Been to Steelers games last year, me and the Twins. That was our first game together. I've done Pirates. I haven't done Penguins yet. But, yeah, I haven't done training camp. But I do believe that season ticket holders are going to get access to the training camp tickets first. And then I believe later that day, I wish I had the information pulled up. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. Admission to open practice is free, but attendees must have a ticket. Mobile tickets will be encouraged for quickest and most secure entry into camp. Tickets will be available via Ticketmaster on Monday, June 27th. So there you go. That is the details right there. You can find this on Steelers.com. So admission is free, but you do have to have a ticket to get into the training camp. Save the dates, sign up for the Steelers email, blah, blah, blah. And of course, it gives you, I was on the page the whole time. Let's see what else they got. They got Steelers Nation will get their first chance to see this year's team up close at practices listed on the schedules below. Fans can win prizes and giveaways, participate in interactive football drills, take advantage of photo opportunities, get gear direct from the team. It's going to be great. Going to be great. SEC, what's going on? He says, I'm late. Hope everything is good with everyone. Hope everything's good with you, man. By the way, shout out to SEC for joining the KSN membership. Guys, the KSN memberships are back. There's two options. $199 gets you, all the chat perks, which I will be adding all the emojis, the custom emojis, sometime in the upcoming week for you guys to use in the chat. You guys remember how we had those last year. And the other one is $4.99. That'll get you access to the exclusive video content that'll be coming to the channel, as well as some other cool perks that I'll be announcing soon. No rush, though. You don't have to join to be a part of the chat. But it's just, a way to support the channel, support what I'm doing here, as well as giving us a nice little spot to talk about the Steelers, man. GT Show, what is going on, bro? GT, man. GT sat down with me last night via live stream and watched me play some Madden 23. That's right, folks. I got my hands on Madden 23. If you're a Madden fan, I'll tell you what, if you've hated Madden for a long time and feel like they haven't changed, they actually made some changes this year, believe it or not. True story. But yeah, man, getting back on topic. There is the training camp. I was actually going to close this show talking about training camp, but why not? Let's start with it, you know? If you just got here, I'm going August 5th and August 6th. Those are the 2 dates that I think I'll be doing that. Jacob says, wait, you got Madden 23 early? No, I didn't get the full game. I have the beta. I mean, essentially, though, it kind of is the full game. You can actually play with any team you want to play with. And, yeah, I saw that. Angry Joe. I actually saw that either yesterday or the day before. I was watching YouTube and saw his video on that. And to an extent, Angry Joe has some great points, man. He does. But he's basing, you got to remember, he's basing his opinion off the trailer. The trailer is different than when you actually physically get your hands on the game and play it. And by the way, I'm not defending Madden because just as recent as last week, I was trashing them and I still hate a lot of things they do. But in GT and chat, he can tell you, he saw it himself. They did make a lot of changes to the gameplay, the presentation, the stadiums. All the stadiums that I played in look different now. Whether it's the camera angles that make it look different, they updated a lot of the graphics inside Heinz Field. The terrible towels were in the crowd. I can't remember if that was in 22 or not. GT says, fuck EA. Come on, man. I'm trying to get sponsored, bro. Trying to get sponsored, man. Jacob says, how is Madden 23? It's Pickett in the 70s. The ratings for the players are not accurate. So, like, right now, Kenny Pickett in the game is, like, 60 overall, but those aren't official ratings. But, yeah, the rookies, all the players are in the game. So. Dallas says, not sure why everyone is against Trubisky. Must be a Cordell Stewart effect. I don't think it's a Cordell Stewart effect. I think it's just this city, this fan base. Man, they have something against quarterbacks. I don't know what it is. From Mason Rudolph to, if you go all the way back, Tommy Maddox, which, I mean, Tommy Automatics, that was what I called him. No idea why I gave him that nickname, but yeah, Tommy Automatics. I mean, it's just, I think it's a quarterback thing. I don't know if it's a Cordell Stewart effect, because that was a whole different ballpark. There was race involved in that, and a lot of other things that don't have anything to do with Trubisky. I think what it is a lot of people are on the Kenny Pickett train. I'm on the who's going to help us win train. But I ain't gonna lie, I like Kenny. I like Kenny for what he did, you know, while he was in Pitt. GT says, I'm open to Mitch or Kenny. Let the best quarterback win. And that's what we're going to be watching. Jacob says, my Pickett jersey is coming next month. I'm ready for the next season. Right? Fisher, what's going on, bro? What is going on, man? All right, guys, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Actually, I'm going to say that twice now. Don't laugh. I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok at Kold Steel 412. I have 7 fucking followers, man. I don't know if any of you fine people in chat are on TikTok, but give me a follow. It's kind of crazy. I got more views on TikTok than I get on YouTube. It's a little strange. Oh, here we go. GT Show with the $4.99. He says, whoever gets us multiple Super Bowl wins, that's the guy I support. Facts. Like I said, if Trubisky comes out there week 1 and kills it, and then going forward, he continues to kill it, I'm on the Trubisky train because I'm on the who's going to help this team succeed train. Facts. Yo, GT, man, shout out to you, bro. Seriously. One of, if not the biggest, outside of The Fiend. I got to give my boy The Fiend. He's not in chat right now, but man, you guys kill it. Seriously. Leedy says, I hate TikTok. Oh, man. Isn't it funny? It's actually kind of ironic, honestly. I made fun of Juju so much about the TikTok shit, and here I am. But I'm using TikTok differently. I'm not doing dances. I post clips from the podcast. But if you guys are on TikTok, give me a follow. Or TikTok, whatever. TikTok. Danielle says I need to follow you. I will appreciate that. And I will follow you back. I will follow those who follow me. GT Show says the party's going to be lit. Oh, man. Guys and gals, I got some surprises up my sleeve for this year's watch parties. I'm just going to tell you right now, man. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. We are going to be doing giveaways, too, for the KSN members. So for those who actually donate to the channel and support the channel like that, I will be giving back. For sure. GT says $50 to the Corvette. Oh, man, what a classic, right? What a classic. Anyways, don't laugh, guys. We are going to be giving a shout out to Behind the Steel Curtain because we're going to be using their articles today to recap day 1, 2, and 3 of the minicamp. And for those who know what I'm referring to and why I said don't laugh, well, you know, things ain't always been peachy here, but it is what it is, man. That's the past. So it looks like day 1, a lot of quarterback rotation and 2-minute drills capped off the first workout. So right away, boom, Steelers are getting into, and I just saw GT's gross gang, man. Throwback. But yeah, it looks like they had some quarterback rotation. They're getting right into it, man. Quarterbacks, as you can see in the picture there, you got Trubisky, Pickett, and then you got our boy Mason Rudolph. Of course, number 5 in the back there. 4 quarterbacks on the roster. Dobbs is no longer here. He's playing in Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. He took his talents down there to Cleveland. Not too far from Pittsburgh. And that's fine. I like this stable. I really do. But obviously, the 3 guys in the front are the 3 guys you're going to want to pay attention to. Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, which those 2 alone are the guys that I'm really pulling for. But you can't sleep on Mason Rudolph. Let's be honest. I know a lot of people hate Mason Rudolph in this fan base. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. But we can't write him off yet. We can, but I don't think we should. Not yet. We got 3 solid quarterbacks that are going to compete in training camp. And then as well as the preseason. And I know a lot of people hate the preseason, but I think this quarterback situation is going to make it interesting. I think it makes it worth checking out preseason if you normally don't. I watch preseason every year. Just because I love the game of football and I love the Steelers. So there's not much that I miss. Quarterback order. How will the Steelers, mainly Matt Canada and Mike Tomlin, somehow manipulate a 3-man quarterback competition this offseason? Well, that has yet to be seen this early in the process, but Matt Canada spoke with media and said Tomlin has made it very transparent. The order should be. Wow. I ain't going to lie. I did not read this article prior to going live. So just seeing the order that Tomlin put, interesting. Trubisky, Rudolph, and Pickett. Wow. There's a lot to unpack with that short list. First of all, this is saying as of now, which is very early, Trubisky is Tomlin's favorite to be starter. Rudolph is the backup quarterback, and then Pickett's, maybe I'm looking into this the wrong way. Pickett is in last place. But I say it's just double wow because Rudolph, who made it clear many times he wants to be a starter, he's listed as the second guy. Wow. This is from Will Graves from AP. Says Matt Canada says Mike Tomlin has been very. Yeah, we just read that. But he praised the way all three are working together. So at least from the three quarterbacks, we're getting some sort of friendly competition, but at the same time, they're trying to better each other. At least that's the vibes. So a very interesting day one in the mini camps from last week. Huh. Guys, in chat, what do you think about this list that Mike Tomlin put out? Am I looking into this the wrong way? Honestly? Am I looking into this wrong? Is this what he's saying as of now, or is this just the order for the day one practice? Because, wow. I only say wow because, not because Pickett's last place. I mean, to an extent, that's just because I'm a fanboy. I say wow because he's putting Trubisky in that starting role. A guy that didn't play much last year if at all. And more importantly, got Mason Rudolph, who's been a part of the Steelers for years. He's shown that he can be at least competitive. He has put us in winning position. And yet, he still gets put into the backup role? GT says it's still early, so I'm just going to take it as a practice order. I don't know. I don't know, man. Interesting. Brian Batko says Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada on current order of quarterback reps. Trubisky, Rudolph, Pickett. You can read whatever you want into it. We've been very clear where that is, but we've also been very clear that this is a real laid out plan of how we're going to evolve and find out who our quarterback's going to be. So that tells me this is, as of June 2022, Mike Tomlin's or Matt Canada's, or both, this is their list of quarterbacks in that order. If the Steelers started this weekend, if the season started, Trubisky would be the starting quarterback and Rudolph would be the backup quarterback. And of course, Pickett would be third. That's interesting. But he's also acknowledging that training camp is going to potentially change that, or even preseason. I truly think, man, now I'm starting to wonder, though. If Trubisky doesn't pan out, do they go Mason Rudolph? Is Pickett going to be sitting this year? Are we going to see him in the regular season? I don't know. I don't know now. Alan, what's going on? He says Adam Rank has us 8-1. Look up his game predictions. It's fucking ridiculous. Andrew Hawk has us 9-8. I have us doing a little bit better than 9-8, or definitely better than 8-1. I really do. Some of these games on this schedule, we talked about this, I believe, in the last live stream. Some of these games on the schedule scare some people outside of the Steelers fan base. They don't scare me. I'm not afraid of the Dolphins. Okay, they got Hill. Oof. Wow. Who's going to throw the ball to him? You see what I'm saying? The Colts, like, I'm just certain teams. I just feel like we'll do what we have to do. Maybe that's just me being a little too much of a fanboy. I don't know. But I think we're going to be a playoff team. I don't care. We have Trubisky and Pickett, who are, in regards to Trubisky, he's fairly young. Hell, no, Mason Rudolph even. I mean, we got three guys who are more than capable of playing better than 2021 Ben Roethlisberger. Can we at least all agree on that in just in that quarterback aspect? Right? Like, these three guys are better than 2021 Big Ben. And with that being the case, that's an improvement. That is an improvement, in my opinion. Because as much as Steelers Nation loved Ben, last season just wasn't good, no matter how much of a fanboy you are of that guy. So when you look at the quarterback position this year, it's got to be an improvement. And then you add in all the other pieces we brought in on both sides of the ball, right? You got Claypool, who clearly, I don't know if he's going to pan out. I don't, but just based on what has came out so far in the offseason, he looks like he's ready to improve and show that he belongs in the NFL and he's not here to be on a rookie contract and then fade into the black. I think Claypool is coming to take names, man. I truly do. I think he's going to have, or I hope he has, a season close to what he did in his rookie year. He seems very serious. He seems very dedicated. It almost looks like he even matured some, which a lot of us had an issue with, even though it has nothing to do with his actual game, but, you know. And then, of course, you got Najee Harris, which we just talked about him on episode 3. If you want to know my thoughts on what I think Najee Harris is going to do this year, when this live stream's over, go watch the podcast episode. We talk about Najee Harris. I think he's going to have a great year. We have youth. We have Austin, speed guy. We got Pickens. Dude, we got Deontay Johnson. He's going to be looking like he wants a big payday. Whether it's with us or not, it doesn't matter. He's going to come out this season and ball. So, Leedy says Claypool has talent, but he's too immature to be our number one, and it showed against the Vikings. Yeah, I know, but again, this offseason, he has looked like he's improved, at least from that aspect. And again, he seems more focused on what he needs to do as a player. And again, I'm just basing this off of the clips that have come out and the fact that he's been fairly quiet. GT says, remember last year I called for Juju's trading, and now he's gone. Yep. We both did. We've had that private conversation multiple times, man. Multiple times. Nah, dude, Leedy, I'm totally with you as far as like until proven otherwise. But right now, unfortunately, with this being the offseason, and I want to get this channel to be as active as possible, we gotta dig, man. So right now, everything is going to be hypothetical. Everything's going to be what ifs, you know? And I'm just pointing out what information we have. And I'm trying to be fair in the sense that we're not basing players off of what they did last year too much. I want to see what they're doing in the offseason. Guys like, Isaiah Loudermilk. Obviously was not the greatest of all players on that defensive line, right? But he did the things the Steelers asked him to do, which was gain weight, not like just sitting around eating pizza and being fat like me. I mean, like he actually went and gained muscle weight. And yeah, GT Leo, although we'll get into that because I did read some of day 2 and day 3 as far as he goes. Don't expect him to be too, impactful in his rookie year, but we'll see what happens with him. All right, so getting back to day 1, there was 2-minute drills. Speaking of quarterbacks, the fact the team ran some 2-minute drills at the end of the first workout got the attention of everyone in attendance. However, the Steelers media is not allowed to report anything they see during team sessions unless a player talks about it or verifies it. Interesting. And according to Mark here, he says Kenny Pickett said he felt comfortable running the 2-minute drill today at minicamp. That is interesting. Wow. Day 1, they had these guys running that 2-minute drill. Interesting. And that was with crowd noise. And he said ultimately it resulted in a touchdown. He had a spectacular one-handed red zone catch by Connor Hayward just before the conversation. So even Connor Hayward's getting out there. Damn. Remember too, guys, Connor's going to be one of those interesting players that you might not think is going to be much of anything. But this guy can play multiple positions. He's going to play on the special teams in some capacity. I could totally see him being used in the red zone. And the fact that they just pointed out he had a one-handed red zone catch from Kenny Pickett. I mean, it kind of paints a picture here. Yeah, the smart asses, it's practice. That's not an actual game. Yeah, for sure. But it's kind of giving us a hint as, where they're going to use these guys. And even prior to this, I think that was kind of predictable. Brian says he thinks it wasn't a score. Steelers did some 2-minute drills work today at minicamp. Safety Trey Norwood said he ended the first one with an interception, which was a tip pass. Kenny Pickett led the second possession and found Connor Hayward on a diving one-handed grab. But that drive didn't end in a touchdown. Interesting. So we got some conflicting reports here. Regardless, we can see where Connor could potentially be used. By the way, now that they mentioned Trey Norwood, how excited are you guys for the cornerback position? Just, off a hunch. Because I'll tell you what, man, Trey Norwood, Witherspoon, we got Wallace. It looks good, man. It looks good. It looks better. I still think the Steelers could improve in a lot of these areas, but I like Trey Norwood. I'm really impressed with his game. GT, yeah. Levy Wallace, man. Former Buffalo Bill. Which I don't think he's been talked about enough. Steel Black says he's 50-50 on cornerback. Again, that's one of those things where it's like you can be excited on paper. But I get it, man. We don't know until we actually see it. But again, just based off the what ifs, it's exciting. And I do like what I saw from Norwood. And I did like what I saw, especially late in the season, from Witherspoon. So just based off of those two guys, and then you got Wallace. If they can put it together, oh man, this could be one of the best cornerback cores we've seen in a long time. Boy, did we have some shitty cornerbacks. We don't need to go down that, that remembering train. We don't need to do it. Daniel says, hey, it's a start of a younger team. I agree. Yeah, see, Leedy says it's not an elite group, but it's a solid group of corners, which honestly is a huge step up from what we've seen. And you saw some of the progression from guys like Norwood and especially from Witherspoon late in 2021. Steel Black says if Minka is not the only guy tackling, I will cheer. God, that was dreadful. Oh, it hurt my soul watching our safeties play linebacker, man. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks of bad memories. In attendance, wanting a new deal, not talking. Interesting. While Johnson was in attendance at minicamp, wanted a new contract and spoke with media, Minka Fitzpatrick was also there, also wants a new deal, but isn't going to be talking to the media anytime soon. Oh, that is music to my ears, folks. Not saying that Deontay Johnson doesn't have a right to make a case and be open publicly about, his contract situation, to each its own. But it's always nice when a guy wants that contract. Behind the scenes, he's upset maybe, or he's not upset. Either way, he wants a new contract, but he keeps it private. Stays out of the news. Man, this guy Minka he's likable, right? We don't have to deal with the fucking media talking about contracts and shitting on players. Oh, man. SEC says laugh out loud. Yeah, Black, yeah, PTSD. That's what I got. That's the word I was looking for. That's what I got, man. I think we all do. All right, guys, let me get to this. What do you think about Minkah, man? I don't think I'm going to see one person in this chat say we let him go. But if you look at TJ Watt and when his contract was handled, we might be waiting a little bit. We could be waiting a little bit. Steel Black says Minkah doesn't make drama. Give him a 7-year deal. I agree, man. I don't know what the details would be financially. I don't care. I like a guy that doesn't get into the media and causes unnecessary drama. Sue me. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I like guys that don't do the drama. I don't know what else to tell you, man. I do not know what else to tell you. Minkah being quiet and not talking to the media is an A+ in my book. Offensive line. We got a lot of stuff from day one. Offensive line blocking fans love to try and predict, suggest that the team will do. I think we should just read the tweets. Let's just read the tweets. Steelers offensive line coach Pat Meyer says the Steelers are running all types of different drills and schemes in their run game, but that they're focusing hard on running more wide zone this upcoming season. This kind of ties into, once again, another plug, episode 3 of the podcast, which, by the way, is on the channel, but also you can find it on all audio platforms. We talked about Najee Harris, specifically because news came out that he was told, and he agrees, that he should take a less of a load in 2022. So this kind of ties into, what they've been working on from an offensive line standpoint. But the running inside zone, that is interesting. Big George. Matt Canada likes calling Steelers rookie wide receiver George Pickens Big George. I didn't notice Najee Harris quads, but if you didn't notice how big George is, he's freaking big, dude. Canada praised his ability to transition his body for a guy who's so big. All right, who cares? Who cares about that, all right? We get it. Steel Black says, if you're a guy who lets his actions speak louder than words, you are a good player. And those are the guys we love, man. Those are the guys we love. Najee responds to wait. Yeah, we talked about that as well. And then, of course, there is the press conferences, which we're not going to watch on the live stream because I don't know what copyright would do. But that is essentially what happened on day one. You had quarterback battles. They did some 2-minute drills, offensive line work. They asked Najee Harris about gaining 2 pounds, which was absolutely stupid. And we just found out the quarterback order as of June is Trubisky, Rudolph, and Pickett, which is interesting. GT with another $4.99 says 7 years, $115.5 million is Minkah's contract. I'm calling it. I'm taking a screenshot. You think I'm joking? I just took a screenshot. I'm taking a screenshot, bro. We'll see. I'm putting it on, making it official. Making it official. All right, let's talk day 2. Terrell Austin shares some details of the 2022 defense. So day 2 seems to be looking like it's going to focus on some defense. Interesting. Quick hitters. Some notes from post-Steelers walkthrough. Defensive coordinator Terrell Austin on Terrell Edmunds at strong safety. That's his job to lose. This goes back to the comment we had in chat earlier. There you go. I agree with that. This is Terrell Edmunds' job to lose. There's not a guy on the roster that can come in right now and be the starting strong safety right off the bat. Not saying that they can't beat Terrell Edmunds, but that's the thing. They're going to have to beat Terrell Edmunds in a lot of ways, and it's going to be an uphill battle. Even if they perform slightly better, there's no way in hell Mike Tomlin's putting anybody above Edmunds unless it's absolutely necessary. Defensive line coach Carl Dunbar says rookie DeMarvin Leal is up to 305 pounds. He's listed as 290. Oh, boy. I don't even know. I don't care. Special teams coach Danny Smith on Chris Boswell. He's getting a new deal at some point. Wizard of Oz, man, bringing him back. That's actually interesting. They went on a record saying that. Brian Flores wouldn't get into the lawsuit, said he is mostly working with inside linebackers, so he didn't want to talk about the lawsuit with the NFL. He just wants to focus on what he's doing with the Steelers, which I respect that. Making the calls. Asked who will be making the Steelers' defensive calls ooh, this is interesting. Who's going to be making the calls in 2022? Terrell Austin said it would be normal. It would be like a normal staff where you have the coordinator who's coordinating and putting things together with input from the staff, and head coach Mike Tomlin adding that he wants to add, or what he wants to add. So essentially this means Mike Tomlin is not changing anything from what we're used to. He's still going to be making the calls. So there you go. If you're wondering who's going to be doing majority of the calls on both sides, and you guys know Mike Tomlin's a defensive guy, there you go. There it is. More weight management, more stuff we don't care about. Devin Bush on the move. That is interesting. Steelers defensive coordinator Terrell Austin said today on the South Side, moving Devin Bush from Mac linebacker to Buck should help him. We think so. We think we're making moves right now that will strengthen us, but that will play out in camp and in the games. We like where we are right now. Well, there you go. There you go. Devin Bush, like I said, I expect, the expectations are high from me on Devin Bush. Last year, he had the excuse that, he was coming back from an injury and he was afraid of hurting himself again. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. There was a lot of embarrassing stuff with Devin Bush last year, stuff that I don't want to bring up again, things I don't even want to think about. And I'm hoping in 2022, those things are nothing but the past and he improves. Replacing to it won't be easy. Enough said. Don't think we need to dig too much more into that. That is true. But it's going to have to happen. It's going to have to happen. GT Show says his tweets. Whose tweets? Whose tweets? What'd I miss? GT says, bro, that dude's effing tweets. You talking about Devin Bush? Are you talking about Bush, man? I assume that's what you're referring to. Queedy says, GT, that's very bold. I took a screenshot. I'm not joking. I took a screenshot. Post minicamp plans. All right, Kenny Pickett says that he plans to go to Florida to get some work in with Mitch Trubisky between minicamp and training camp. So that's cool to see that those two quarterbacks are going to be working together. Going back down to Florida, putting more work in before the training camp begins. So you can already see Pickett is ready to be not only competitive, but be a teammate. I like both of these guys. It's kind of strange to see that Mason Rudolph is not included on that. Interesting. Steel Black says if Devin can keep up with receivers and can tackle, he will be good. I think so. I'm hoping so. Brooke Breyer. She says best locker room moment today goes to Connor Hayward, who told me he got the team donkey shirt for celebrating a third down conversion catch in yesterday's 2-minute drill. He said it's a learning moment, one he won't soon forget. And then he pulled out the shirt. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Look at the smile in this guy's face right now. Oh, oh, that's freaking hilarious. That is, wow. Best locker room moment today goes to Connor Hayward, who told me he got the Team Donkey shirt for celebrating a third down conversion catch. I didn't even know they had this shirt. That's awesome. So there you go. And then, of course, they went into more media interviews, which you guys can find on the Steelers Live Twitter handle, @Steelers Live. Definitely want to be following that account. They post a lot of the media stuff. And then, of course, there is day 3 of Mandatory Minicamp. And there it is. We were just talking about this Minka's contract. Based on a couple conversations that I had today, Steelers fans should be encouraged about the progress on Minka Fitzpatrick's contract situation. Might not be, see, goes right into what I was saying. Might not be right away, but overwhelmingly, the sense is that it's very, very good. It's in a good spot. So it almost feels as if it's going to be similar to what we saw with TJ Watt, closer to the beginning of the season. And the fact that it looks like it's on the right path for both parties, I'm extremely happy right now. Minka is officially, in my opinion, a lifer. He is a Steeler. The definition of that. This is a guy who you want to go out, you want to go to NFL Shop, and you want to buy his jersey. And you can know that buying that jersey, you spent your money in a way that you won't regret. That is a Steeler, man. When you could buy the guy's jersey and not regret it, there you go. So that is good news. I think we actually, next week, we're going to dig into Minka. I want to do an episode on the podcast talking about specifically Minka, the contract, the possibilities of what that contract will entail, and what my expectations are on Minka. So we'll either do that Monday for episode 4, or we'll do it Friday for episode 5. Leal is no tweener. My favorite Carl Dunbar quote on DeMarvin Leal and what they think of him. He's no tweener. He's an athletic freak. Interesting. Interesting. That is interesting. Jacob says, Steel, can you stream Madden 23 when it drops? I am actually going to be doing some Madden 23 content. I think I always do every year. I don't know if we're going to do it like for months on months, but at least when the game drops, yes, I'm going to be doing some Madden 23 content for sure. In fact, you guys let me know in chat, and I don't know why anyone would disagree. If you guys want to do a giveaway, I can do a giveaway for Madden 23. Buy somebody a copy on next gen, if you guys have next gen. Because if you have previous gen, I'm going to let you know now, the game is not going to be much different than what you had before. But if you have a PS5 and an Xbox Series S and X, Madden 23 is going to feel different for the first time in a long time. Martavius Adams wants to be in Pittsburgh. Man, there is a theme this summer. We have guys that want to play on this team. Or is it just me? We actually have players that are being vocal about wanting to be here, whereas last summer, we had pretenders. We had guys that ended up leaving, going to play with the Chiefs. Which, I don't want to get into that either, because I had an opinion on that. A lot of people didn't like it. But Martavius Adams, Monty Adams said he had 4 teams calling him to try and sign him, but that he wasn't trying to leave the Steelers in Pittsburgh. He cited the special family atmosphere and special feeling he gets inside the Steelers locker room as reasons why he didn't want to leave. Oh, man. This guy's pulling the heartstrings right now. I gotta admit, man, I was in that locker room back in April. It's a pretty good place. It's a pretty nice place, man. I should have grabbed the Powerade. I wonder if I would have got in trouble if I took a Powerade out of the fridge. GT Show with the $4.99. He says, if I played, I'd love to play for the best too. You're damn right. Go watch last week's live stream, man. You'll see the energy I brought. Best organization in the NFL. Hands down. Even when we suck. Even when this team makes me mad. Oh, man. Give me a Steelers logo all day. Excited for camp. Chase Claypool said today he's actually very excited for the St. Vincent training camp experience. Oh. I didn't even think of that. That's right. Chase Claypool never got to do that yet because 2020, the pandemic. Interesting. So this will be his first training camp experience. He'll be in a quad dorm room with fellow wideouts Miles Boykin, Gunner, our boy Gunner, and of course Cody White, whom he called the GOAT. Interesting room there. Interesting room. And then, of course, there is the press conferences. So there you go. Let's go back to the Steelers page. I want to look at some of the photos from minicamp because there were some interesting things to look at. You guys can see here they're wearing these funny helmets, which this is to protect their head, obviously. But I think there was a picture, it's on the thumbnail. Mike Tomlin, which I think that was either day 1 or 2. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe, no, you know what? It was day 1. It was actually day 1. You're going to go back. Day 1. Let me see. Where's it at? There it is. Look at Mike Tomlin, man. I saw there was a meme on Twitter where they said that Mike Tomlin was wearing this on his head so that the Patriots couldn't steal his playbook. That made me laugh out loud, man. Steel Black says the afro helmet afro. Yeah, it kind of threw me off when I seen Mike Tomlin wearing a white one, but then it kind of dawned on me that it was inside out. So if you're wondering why his is white, it's because he's wearing it inside out. Danielle says, gotta love that. Hey, I can't take credit for it. I forget who posted it, but yeah. GT says the Rooneys run the team well. That's right. Speaking of Rooneys, where's it at? Right there. Boom. The Chief. I got that when I was in Pittsburgh. I bought that directly from the Steelers Pro Shop from the stadium. It's actually signed by the artist, and I believe it's from 2002, man. That thing is awesome. So, yeah, the Rooneys, what a bunch. What a bunch. SEC's, SEC, my bad, man. I'm shitting on your name. Says, I'm watching a YouTube channel, crack up to a fellow Steelers fan, Chisel Adonis. Yeah, everybody subscribe to him, too. That guy's awesome, man. Not just from a Steelers aspect, but his comedy as well. For sure. But, yeah, man, that is all, I believe, from the minicamp. So once again, I want to tell you guys, those who may have tuned in late, I will be going to training camp August 5th, 7 o'clock p.m., Friday Night Lights, as well as August 6th, which that one will be at a normal time of 1:55 p.m. So if you guys are going to be in Latrobe, August 5th and August 6th, I will see you there, hopefully. Don't be afraid to come up to me. I had somebody, I don't know if they're watching right now, but when me and the twins went to the draft party in Pittsburgh, we had a fan come up to us, and he seemed very afraid to approach us. Listen, I'm a teddy bear, man. Don't be afraid to come up and say hi if you happen to be in Latrobe, because I would love to sit and talk Steelers with you guys in person. And there's no better place than Latrobe, man, right? Even though I've never been there, I've followed it long enough. I've seen videos. The twins have went there, which is kind of strange for me. because I'm older than them and I've been to more things than them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 2 days of training camp. It's going to be a hell of a time. And hopefully I see some of you guys there. If you're in the area, definitely come out. Just a reminder, the practices are free, but attendees must have a ticket. So mobile tickets will be encouraged. And you can get those on Ticketmaster Monday, June 27th. Season ticket holders will get first access to those tickets, and then everyone else will be able to get them. So there you go. Danielle says I would be He kind of was. He kind of was. And that's okay, but if you see me, just approach me, man. I always look like I'm angry. Like, maybe not right now, but when I'm out in public, I just have one of those faces, man. But I promise you, I'm a cool dude. GT Show says Florida is a long way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat aren't too close to PA, but yeah. I think we did a good job, man. We have been live for over an hour. I think this is one of the longest live streams that we've done. Just a reminder, follow me on TikTok. No, I'm not dancing, but I am posting clips from the podcast. And I'm really trying to grow on multiple platforms. Speaking of which, I do want to get into something. I wasn't going to do this. So if you guys have stuck around, this may be a little entertaining. And I need to switch my camera here. Just actually, before I do that. First and foremost, Odyssey. Some people have been asking. We got 16 subscribers on Odyssey. Obviously not a huge number, but when I was doing the Steelers Country channel, we were talking about moving over to Odyssey. But obviously I'm established here on YouTube, but I'd like to continue to be here on YouTube. But there is some things going down on YouTube that I don't agree with. And it's not just a specific person who we're about to talk about briefly in the sports community who's made a return to the platform. I honestly feel like I shouldn't be talking about this guy because I don't want more people going and finding his channel, because it absolutely makes me sick that people are subscribing to this scumbag. GT just said it in chat. That is who I'm talking about. EDP445. One of the biggest pieces of shit you could possibly know or support. And I'm telling you right now, Kold Steel, me, and let me pull the camera up here. I do not support this absolute piece of shit. And it baffles me that this guy has been on this platform for a week now. And how I found out about this was through Twitter. Somebody that I'm not actually following. Twitter's weird. People's tweets just pop up that people you're not even following. But anyways, the guy's back on YouTube. And it's almost as if people have forgotten what this guy did. And honestly, I spoke on this years ago. Many, many years. I'm talking like 2016, 2017. I never was a fan of this guy because he talks about weird shit. And I just don't see the appeal, but for some reason, he's gained over 100,000 fans. And now he's back on YouTube after what he was exposed for. And the fucking guy already has 15,000 subscribers. I want to know who the fuck is subscribing to a guy who was trying to do inappropriate things with a minor. You people, the people who subscribe to this guy, you are just as fucking weird as him. And quite frankly, if I'm being honest, I think there's something mentally wrong with that dude. And I think he's a serious threat to society. I'm not even joking. Not just the children, but the society itself. The guy is a fucking class A fucking weirdo. And that's the most cursing I've done in a long time. But it angers me. It truly angers me that guys like myself, it's not just me. We come on here, we provide clean content to an extent. We tried our best. We're not talking about stupid, inappropriate shit. And this guy continues to get exposure, support. And after what he did last year, mostly, to see people still coming around supporting this guy is absolutely disgusting. And I feel like, as somebody who is a part of this YouTube community, a sports creator, it makes sense to come out and disown this guy and say he does not belong. And he does not belong. Fucking weirdos, man. And that's all I'm going to say about him, because I know eventually more people are going to find out that he's back, and YouTube does not seem to care at this point, just like they don't care about their creators. They're canceling people's channels, folks. They're not even pushing my content out. The way you can know if YouTube is supporting your channel is by looking at who they're pushing your content out to. I can tell you this right now, all the videos I've made this month and going into last month, I am not reaching a huge collection of viewers. Not because the content's not interesting, it's just YouTube's not pushing it. So places like Odyssey are the future. It is the future. It is built on Web 3.0 technology. So, Odyssey.com, if you want to follow the channel, I had to unfortunately start a new one because it is on the crypto network. You can't change the username. And because I don't want to use the Steelers country name anymore, I started a new channel. So it's odyssey.com/@Kold Steel. Or you can just get on Odyssey and just search for Kold Steel Podcast. And you guys can find me over there. Not saying I'm leaving YouTube. We're not leaving YouTube. I just want to be established on multiple platforms because YouTube cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted for the long haul. Not anymore. It's not about the creators anymore. They're letting guys like EDP back on the platform. And I'm against it. I think it's fucking disgusting. Steel Black says, I remember when YouTube was fair game for everyone. No, it's only benefit large channels. It's not even the large channels anymore either. They just shut down a very large channel. Siding with a guy who has been not only racist, but has said disgusting things about other YouTubers. And they shut down the guy who was calling that guy out. So I would not be surprised if YouTube sided with EDP and shut me down. So to just be safe, and while I have the opportunity to speak to you guys on YouTube, I am going to be uploading everything you see here over to Odyssey. And the plan is when we do the watch parties, I'm going to be going live on YouTube, Odyssey, hopefully Twitter, maybe even Facebook. Point being is we're going to be going live on multiple platforms. We're not just doing the YouTube only thing anymore. So for those of you guys who were awesome and downloaded the Odyssey app, I highly suggest you do, because this is going to be one of those things, folks. 5 years from now, you know how your grandmother knows what YouTube is? Odyssey is going to be just as popular. They are for real. And they're putting in a lot of effort, and I appreciate it. They have been supportive of the channel. It's unfortunate that I'm not able to keep the current one and be able to change the name. Again, if you know what crypto is and you know how crypto works, you would understand. So unfortunately, we're starting a new channel over there, odyssey.com/@Kold Steel. But yeah, I had to get that off my chest, man. That was bugging me for the last few days. Seeing EDP back on the platform makes no sense to me. He does not belong on there. Steel Black says, would you do Twitter Space for your podcast? Yes. Yeah, man. I want to do Twitter Spaces. I don't know about the podcast. It's something I might look into. But nonetheless, I'd love to do some Twitter Spaces where we can extend, talking about the Steelers. That would be dope. GT with the 499 says EDP and Deshaun Watson can go and share a cell together. I agree. And that the Browns is a whole nother topic. We'll be doing a dedicated podcast about them as well. In fact, I think it would be fun if I brought a Browns fan on for that episode. What do you guys think about that? Bring a Browns fan on and let the shit talking begin. I think that would be entertaining. And that might be in the plans. But ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I'm at. I had a great time talking Steelers. We went over minicamp. We shit on EDP. We disowned the guy. Yeah. So you guys can look forward to episode 4 of the Kold Steel Podcast on Monday. Not sure what I'm going to be talking about, but we have plenty to talk about. So yeah, SEC. Exactly, bro. I actually, I was taking a break earlier when we were out walking and I sat down, pulled up YouTube, and I seen the video that you're referring to. The irony, and it's got to be done on purpose. It has to be. But yeah, you guys take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I still have not got an outro done. Each week I'm going to be progressively adding things to the channel. So you guys are going to see the Steelers country outro one last time. And I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. I thank you very much for spending your Saturday evening talking Steelers with me. And I will see you guys Monday for episode 4 of the Kold Steel Podcast, which you can find here on YouTube, Odyssey, and you can also find it on audio platforms like Spotify, iTunes, and TuneIn. So, yeah, Daniel, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. All right, guys, take it easy, Steelers Nation. I'm out. See you Monday.